I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
Hey folks, Dave here. This is my project for this week. It is a combination of an AT-AT walker from Star Wars and a T-Rex. It is the AT-Rex. Trust me, I've done the math on this. It checks out. Why am I doing an AT-Rex? Because it's funny, and if anything in life has taught me anything is that sometimes just doing something because it's funny, it's worth it. This is just something I found on printables.com and it struck my humor. I love these kind of mashup combination things. I decided, hey, I'm going to 3D print this sucker. It's going to be fun. So as you can see, I have it all assembled. I have it primed and pretty much ready to go. So now I just need to come up with a paint scheme for it. I have a few example T-Rex images. Of course, nobody really knows what a T-Rex looks like, so I'm just going to go with what looks good to me. So I'm going to use these images as a sample of what the paint job will look like. I'm going to try to paint it in a metallic color with the browns and the yellows from the sample image, and then go from there. So I'm going to mix up some metallic paints and start painting.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
All right, confession time. I am actually filming this segment out of order. Normally, as I make these videos, I film them as I go along so you can see the progress. And about this part of my videos, I'm normally talking about how I finish my model, and I'm going on to the next steps, which is coming up with some sweet, sweet photos to finish off this whole project. In this particular case, I got ahead of myself. I spent some time trying to figure out how to shoot this thing, because this thing is big. It's massive. And I knew that I probably wasn't going to build a diorama or shoot it in my studio, so I wanted to go outside and shoot it outside in nature, as you would find in a T-Rex. So I was looking in my backyard. I couldn't really find the background that spoke to me. But then one day I was going for a bike ride down our local greenway, and it was that foggy morning, and there was a creek that went beside it. And as I looked through the trees to the creek, I could see the sun coming down with the fog, and I thought, that's the perfect spot for this model. By the time I finished my bike ride, The morning mist had risen and it was a regular day, so I figured the next time it mists, I'm going to go out and shoot the thing, which happened to be the next day. But after that, it was going to be clear for weeks. So the next morning, I got really excited and I got up early and I packed the T-Rex on my bike and I headed off and started getting those shots. And I forgot to actually record the segment in the meantime. Along the way, while I was shooting, I actually ended up wrenching my back fairly badly. So as I was shooting, I got some shots and then I kind of limped back home. And when I got home, I just dropped my gear, went upstairs, took some pain meds, and basically sat on the couch for 2 days. So it's been like 2 or 3 days before I could even look at my camera and load it on my computer to see if I actually got any shots from all this effort and was wrenching my back worth it. So let's hop back in time and see what happened on that fateful bike ride. This'll do. This'll do. All right, as you can see, that image ended up being really quite spectacular. So I'm really pleased that I got it. And it kind of made the hurting my back, well, not worth it, but at least there was some nice silver lining to the pain, which is nice. I actually ended up damaging this T-Rex here along the way. If you notice, the front guns no longer exist because they are somewhere on the trail between here and that creek. Also, I ended up cracking the tail off at the end, and I've ended up gluing it back in the meantime. Nothing I can't fix. I'll probably print off these guns and replace them before I put this on my shelf of awesomeness as a memento. But I'm really glad that I got that final photo, and I think it looks pretty fantastic. So I'm going to call this job done. So thank you for following along, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you'll join me next time. To make sure you see that episode, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.